I was sleeping over a buddy's house at the time. I'm standing in the lobby of a hotel. There are rooms on both sides of the lobby. There are small sets of stairs at the beginning of the hallway. In the far right corner was an extended hallway with more rooms. The walls were covered in dark green patterns of flowers with black outlines. The rug was also green and red. I started to walk up the stairs into the back hallway. I got close to each of the doors to see if I could hear anything. The first door I heard people making love. The second door I heard someone dying. The third door, a baby crying and screaming. A weird feeling hit me to get away from the fourth door. You could feel the evil behind it. I ran from it, running down the small set of stairs. I turned around to face the lobby again. The fourth door opened with a few creaks. I saw a black shadow on all fours run at me. It turned the corner and jumped on the wall. With another jump, it leaped towards me. When it hit me, I heard a voice wake me. It said in a deep, demonic voice, "Kill them all." I woke up shocked and scared. At the time, we were all sleeping in the same room together. Did it want me to kill my friends? Why did it come to me that night? I drive to work and park my car. I stumble into my friend's car with a limp. I'm walking with a cane and have a knee brace on. I should mention I am already scared and feel as if something bad is going to happen. I'm constantly looking behind me. While in my friend's car, I tell him that I have a bad feeling that something evil is going to happen. He replies with, "What are you talking about, man?" Then I say, "Well, look at what's going on today. It's dark, gloomy, and raining out. Our boss is staring at us without moving through the school window. I'm seeing a woman in your rear view mirror that you can't see, and you're about to tell me the bad news." To his surprise, he replies, "How did you know I have bad news to tell you?" "Yeah, so one of the kids is freaking out and they need our help. All of the staff are waiting inside for us." We get out of his car, walk up the stairs into the school. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. We walk to a room where students can relax for a little or calm down. I see a few of the other staff members all standing around this room. So I decided to sit down because of my leg. I must have passed out at this point because when I woke up, I was by myself in the dark. I get up yelling because I feel an evil presence lurking around, stalking me. I start violently swinging my cane while backing up to the front entrance. When I finally reach the entrance and open the door, I wake up from my nightmare. I know why I had this nightmare. I woke up in the early hours of the morning to use the bathroom. When I left the bathroom to enter my room, I looked up the stairs for a moment and saw the legs of a man. I knew right away it was a demon. I remember laying in bed and slowly falling asleep. It felt weird because I could see my room from the ceiling. Suddenly, I was pushed back into my body. The room was darker and parts of it were gray. I was scared at this point because I knew something was going to happen. I looked over to my left, towards the wall, when I saw him. He appeared on the wall like a thought bubble in a comic book. He looked like an old cowboy sitting next to a saloon. He just sat there on a wooden chair looking at me dead in the eyes. He was an older gentleman with white long hair, brown pants, and jacket. He then smiles and his eyes turn red while his face fades to black. I screamed in fright, but nothing came out. I didn't want to see him any longer. I tried moving with all my might. I was paralyzed. While I was trying to scream and move, my room disappeared to pitch black. I was floating in it. My blankets started to move after they changed colors. While they were moving around my body, they started to grow bigger. When this happened, his face appeared in between the blankets, with glowing red eyes staring into me. I screamed so loud and hard I finally woke up. Instead of waking up in a cold sweat and feeling relieved, I woke up screaming, scaring my sister half to death. She was upstairs in the living room. She walked to the top of the staircase, asking if I was alright. I told her I had a nightmare. Days later, I saw the old man again. This time it was a paranormal encounter. I'm laying in bed, in and out of sleep, so a few minutes go by and I wake up. I closed my eyes again and saw him. It was a very crisp and clear image of him. He looked very real. He looked like an Indian cowboy. He had light tan skin with a shine to it and white long hair. His mouth was open with his hand out in front of him. He was speaking to me. I couldn't make out what he was saying because by the time I saw him, I freaked out and opened my eyes. What does he want? Was I hallucinating? Who is he? It's been over 5 years and I haven't seen him again. I was lying in bed, trying to stay awake, but I was very tired at this point. I would close my eyes halfway and reopen them. Doing this enough times, my eyelashes became animated, drawn. I would see these huge brown buildings with empty black windows on top of one another. They seemed empty and abandoned. All of a sudden, these spiritual energies lifted me off the bed and then back down. My blankets turned to alluring colors of fire. Following the fire were black wavy lines. I felt sexual in the beginning because of the energy flowing through my privates and throughout the rest of my body. It was a calming, peaceful feeling. I spun and turned in a few circles, flying high in the air until I fell from the sky. While falling, the colors and fire were at the ends of my limbs. My hands and legs were higher than my body. I could look both ways and up, but not all the way. This is what I saw. To my right, the only thing I could see was the dark fire that was at the ends of my limbs. It seemed to be bigger and brighter on that side. When I looked up, I saw the sky. It was a tinted dark blue. I didn't see clouds, but I did see black birds flying. Hard to say what they were because the closer I got to the ground, the smaller they became. This is when I looked to my left and saw the brown buildings. They were on top of each other, sitting on the side of the mountain. I couldn't believe it. Just minutes before, I saw the same buildings in my eyelids. I asked myself, where the hell am I? Is this hell? I wanted to leave. I was getting deeper and deeper into this place. The sky was disappearing and the mountain was getting taller. I forced myself to wake up. I did after a few seconds, shocked at what I just witnessed. I was flying in the air above a sidewalk. Along the sidewalk were different colored houses. I was following a mysterious stranger walking. When we both got to the end of the street, the ground started to fill up with ocean water. I fell. I had 2 pellets, but then I lost one. I was crying after it was too far gone to grab. Falling on the remaining one, I began to sink in the deep blue abyss. I saw great white sharks chomping away on blood-soaked meat. Some were fighting each other. They would attack me, but miss and swim over me. When they were attacking or heading straight for me, the ocean blue water would turn into a flashing black, white, and gray, like an old B horror movie. While I would avoid the sharks, there were more creatures in the ocean. I saw many goblins as well. Some were sleeping and some were swimming. They seemed like they were just there to scare and avoid me. I remember moving along and pushing their heads away from me. I believe they just wanted me to get out of the water. They would widely open their mouths and eyes. They had mouths like a shark and their eyes would start flashing black, white, and gray. It was terrifying. After falling back to sleep, I had another dream. I was in a restaurant as a waiter dressed casually. I was trying to sell tiger cub meat to a young couple that was deciding on which meal they wanted to eat. My siblings and I were on the school bus going home. We get to the bus stop and we get out. We walk down the street for a few seconds until we start to see dead white goats. They were eaten by something huge. Mutilated in leaves, cooking in the sun over hot concrete. The more we walked down the street, the more we saw. I inspected the prey by grabbing them by their horns. That's when I dropped the dead goat's head because my brother saw a dead-skinned lion on our neighbor's driveway. That is when I had this terrifying feeling. I turned around to see them stalking us. A few lions were running towards us with fierce and angry faces. The 3 of us ran to our house, frightened at what we saw coming for us. My brother and I ran to the front door, while my dumbass sister ran for the side door. When my brother and I opened the door, he ran to the side door while I shut and locked the front door. While I did this, our mother asked me what was wrong, and I replied, "There are fucking lions chasing us." Emotionless, she said, "I told you guys," while sitting down on the couch. I then ran to the side door where my siblings were. To my shocking surprise, my brother ran outside to help our sister. I opened the door to see them yelling in panic because it was too late. The lion aggressively leaped weightlessly over the fence with a demonic grunt. The lion successfully jumped on my sister with all its weight while grabbing her neck and falling on top of her. When this happened, there was so much force the lion bumped into my brother, which he bumped into the door, closing it on me. I frantically opened the door to see my brother hitting the lion's head with his fists. Before I could get up and attack him, with all my might, I grabbed his arm and dragged him in, shutting the door behind me. That's when I woke up. The rapture was happening. I was somewhere in the woods and I saw these huge granite rocks. I took a break by leaning on them. I heard a voice that was disturbing but familiar. It said, "What if, when you die, the light that you saw was a trick from the devil to capture your soul?" I woke up suddenly with horrible stomach pains. I think the reason why I had this dream was because I left Coast to Coast AM on all night. Freaky enough, I had the same subject matter as my dream.